Thank you for watching the Channel 6 News. I'm Malcolm Nicholas. Now, before we get to tonight's top story, if you're a couple in England who's having a baby, but you are not royalty, I'm sorry. I just don't care. Our top story this evening. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers selected Jameis Winston #1 overall in the NFL draft. Winston posted a photograph of himself on Instagram celebrating with crab legs. Of course, Jameis Winston was infamously caught on camera shoplifting crab legs from a Publix grocery store last year. So the internet shockingly overreacted, calling him stupid and immature and other things I'm not allowed to say right now. But here's the thing. Winston just loves crab legs. I mean, clearly he does. To the point of theft, he loves his crab legs. I mean, when faced with the decision of not having crab legs or stealing to have crab legs, he chose the latter. I don't think I love anything that much. I wish I could love like Jameis Winston. The town of Platte, South Dakota, had a mayoral election end in a tie, so to settle the tie, they rolled dice for it. Now I know what you're thinking. It's crazy that a town chose their mayor the same way I decide who goes first in Monopoly. But it is in the town charter. Actually, in their charter. And the second option to break a tie is drawing high card. I'm sorry, how often do their mayoral elections end in a tie? What do you have, 12 people in this town? However, it does validate the lesser-known state motto, South Dakota, democracy thrives here. Speaking of elections, we are a mere 18 months away from the 2016 presidential election, and a few names have already been thrown into the hat. One of those is Republican Ben Carson, a retired neurosurgeon who has zero political experience. In his campaign announcement, Carson said, "I'm not a politician. I don't want to be a politician." Well, that settles it. He's got my vote. I mean, really, Republicans think that Americans are so tired of a Democrat in the White House that they look at a guy who said, "Me? I don't want to be president," and say, "You're perfect. Let's do it." For more on the 2016 presidential nominees, we turn to our political correspondent and three-time NWA World Heavyweight Champion, Dusty Rhodes.
Thank you, Malcolm Daddy. We got ourselves a real flabbernocker shaping up in the 2016 presidential election. On the right-hand side, the aforementioned Carson. There's also Mike Huckabee, Jeb Bush, Rand Paul. But for me, for anybody out of everybody else we could possibly pick from the right side, I have to go with the legacy, the bloodline of a champion. The heart of a champion is there. And it exists in one man and one man alone. His father, his brother, and now it's his turn to ascend to the throne, Daddy. And I'm going with my main man, Jeb Cody Bush. He reminds me of somebody, but I can't quite put my finger on it. Looking across the ring to the other side, to the left, we have, well, way less candidates. That dance card is much less full, which leads us to exactly one person alone, and that is Hillary Clinton. She seems to be the front runner right now, but if it was me, if it was up to me and I really wanted to have a grand old party in the White House, I'd reach out to my main man, Joe Biden, taking a hot tag. He'd be right there. Picking in experience. There's no substitute for it. He'd been there, he'd done that, he's seen it for 8 years, Daddy. He could navigate the treacherous waters. In the end, as I said previously, though, I believe it'll be Hillary getting the nomination, even though she's probably the second most qualified candidate behind Miss Liz herself. Oh, Elizabeth Warren. I wish you would really run. You are the most qualified person out there. Imagine a ticket. Imagine the two of them getting together like Luca and Sting to take on the world like it was war games again. Oh, it'll be the fall of 2016. It'll be a brawl. Well, it remains to be seen. We're early here on the political trail. Back to you, Malcolm.
Thank you for your charming Southern insight, Dusty. They don't call you the Dream for nothing. Well, that's all the news we have for tonight. Thank you for watching Channel 6. I'm Malcolm Nicholas, reminding you that I'm Malcolm Nicholas.